That archerfish has the best spitball ever made. That horseshoe crab is one of the oldest living creatures on Earth. La, 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 la. It looks like Mussel Beach under here. That archerfish has the best spitball ever made. Ruby, R-U-B-Y. The beauty of this stone comes from its red color. Rubies were formed in the earth a long time ago from colorless rocks that have another mineral mixed in with them. If the rock then became red, it was a ruby. Otherwise, it became a sapphire. Not only are they beautiful, but rubies are also about as hard as diamonds. People find rubies the same way they find gold, by searching in rivers and caves. Diamond, D-I-A-M-O-N-D. A natural diamond looks like a pebble of cloudy glass. But once it's cut and polished, this stone sparkles like the valuable jewel it is. The best diamonds are colorless or blue-white. But diamonds can also be yellow, brown, pink, dark blue, or green. Like gold, diamonds are found in caves, rivers, and in the ground. Diamonds were made long ago from special rocks buried deep underground. These rocks got very hot and were squeezed tightly for a very long time. The heat and pressure made diamonds one of the hardest rocks in the world. In fact, diamonds are also used to cut glass and are put on drill bits to drill through rocks. Gold, G-O-L-D. Most rocks and dirt have bits of this shiny yellow metal in them, but it would cost too much money to get the gold out. When a big layer of pure gold is found in the rock of a cave wall, people can make a lot of money from it. Gold is a very soft metal, and it will often bend instead of break. Its softness makes it very useful for making things, and people have used it to make jewelry for thousands of years. Electricity can pass through gold very easily. Gold is used in jewelry, teeth fillings, spaceships, TVs, and computers. Cave, C-A-V-E. Caves are just holes in the earth. Some may only be as big as a bedroom, but others can be bigger than whole houses. Bats are often found hanging from the roofs of caves, but they aren't the only things in caves. Most caves have stalagmites sticking up from the floor and stalactites hanging down from the ceiling. Underground springs or rivers run through some caves, bringing water to the animals that live there. A cave may have fish or crabs or water opossums or mushrooms and other funguses. Diamonds, emeralds, and other jewels are sometimes found in caves too. Horseshoe crab, H-O-R-S-E-S-H-O-E-C-R-A-B. The outer armor of this crab is shaped like a horseshoe. A spiky tail sticking out of the back of their body looks dangerous, but really isn't. Horseshoe crabs crawl along the bottom of shallow rivers, eating clams, worms, and seaweed. Horseshoe crabs have claws on each of their 10 legs, instead of the 2 claws that most crabs have. They also have blue blood, which doctors can use when testing people for some types of illnesses. Mussel, M-U-S-S-E-L. All you can see of these shellfish is their shell house. The mussel shell is made up of two halves that are joined at the bottom with a thick thread. Living inside the shell is the mussel, a creature that looks like a white blob. They walk by pushing out a blobby foot to slowly crawl along the river bottom. Mussels usually dig down into the sand or mud and leave just the tip of their shells showing. With the tip open, mussels feed on the tiny things floating in the water. If sand gets inside the shell, some mussels coat it with a substance to make it less irritating. This coated sand is what we call a pearl. Fighting fish. F-I-G-H-T-I-N-G-F-I-S-H. This beautiful fish swims just below the water's surface. Fighting fish are covered with red, green, or blue dots, usually arranged in a row. While these fish look nice as they quietly feed on crabs, worms, and bugs, they are really quite mean. Males are especially unfriendly and will put up a good fight to keep other fish out of their area. Attacking males will try to eat each other's fins until one swims away. Their name fits them very well. Archer fish. A-R-C-H-E-R-F-I-S-H. These fish use their mouth like a water gun, shooting bugs off of leaves and branches with squirts of water. Archer fish can hit a bug as far as 6 feet away and quickly gobble it up when it falls into the river. Their aim is so good, they hardly ever need more than 2 shots. If a bug is very close to the river, sometimes the archer fish will jump right out of the water to get it. Most archer fish live in mangrove swamps and rivers. Palm tree. P-A-L-M-T-R-E-E. Palm trees usually have straight, thin trunks without any branches. Some trunks are as thin as a pencil, while others are as wide as a bed. Unlike most trees, the palm tree's trunk will stay the same size for most of its life. At the top of the trunk grow tough, leathery leaves shaped like a long feather or a wide fan. Palm trees can usually be found growing in any hot jungle. One of the tallest is the coconut palm tree. Coconut. C-O-C-O-N-U-T. Coconuts are the seeds of coconut palm trees. The huge hairy shells hang way up in the top of the tree and fall off once they're ripe. People often don't want to wait for the coconut to fall. They will either climb up the tree to get a coconut or cut off the coconut with a knife stuck on a long pole. A hungry coconut crab will also climb the tree to get to its favorite food. Since coconuts float and the trees will grow near the ocean, coconuts have floated to shores all over the world. During. Slow loris. S-L-O-W-L-O-R-I-S. The slow loris moves as slow as a sloth, but it's really a lemur. The loris hangs from a branch during the day, sleeping with its head tucked between its feet. At night, the slow loris moves through the understory trees in search of food. It's not a fussy eater, eating anything from fruit to leaves to smaller animals. After a meal, it goes back to resting or cleans itself with its comb-like front teeth. Understory. U-N-D-E-R-S-T-O-R-Y. Between the jungle canopy and floor is the understory layer. It is shadier here than in the canopy, but not as dark as the jungle floor below. The understory trees don't grow quite as tall as canopy trees. and there are fewer plants and epiphytes on them. Animals like the potoo, slow loris, and lemurs can easily move from tree to tree in the understory. Canopy. C-A-N-O-P-Y. Below the pavilion trees is the layer of thick canopy trees. Here, the rain, bright sunlight, and heat all help things to grow. Canopy trees can be as tall as 10-story buildings and are covered with leaves, flowers, lianas, and epiphytes. With so much plant life around, it's hard to see all the animals that live here. Flying snakes, sloths, bush babies, and orangutans are just some of the animals that live in the canopy.